Hey, good morning. Happy Monday. Welcome back. Good morning. Happy Monday. Welcome to the work week. It is episode number 1277. Had some NFL football on last night. I watched more of the game than I expected. I kind of went into last night's Sunday night football game expecting it to be I had similar expectations to Saturday's Wisconsin Badger game, though not. I didn't expect a 42-10 blowout, but I did expect a loss for the Chicago Bears. So I was pleasantly surprised when they still had a chance on the final possession of the game, or I guess their final possession of the game, uh, and only lost by 6.19-13, I think was the final score. So I was happy. That was a game going in. Now, here's the thing, and I think we as football fans, we tend to just grasp to every game. We have to win every game. But what gives me relief that I'm not upset is I go in with expectations. And my expectations, some may think they're lofty for the Chicago Bears. My thoughts, my prediction, 10-7 with a playoff win. 10-7 with a playoff win. So going into each game, I kind of have a feeling, okay, this is probably going to be a win. This is probably going to be a loss. And so far, it's kind of how it's played out. Now, I thought going into week one, I was kind of on that 10-11 win. I know 11. 11-6. Could the Bears go 11-6? So during that game, I'm like, well, I'm thinking 10-7. If I had to put money on it, I would say 10-7. But I think they could win 11 games, like a wild card. A wild card in the regular season. Like, oh, that's the wild card win that we weren't supposed to get. And so when they were losing to the Tennessee Titans by a couple scores last week, I'm like, well, okay, we're not going to get to 11 wins this year. It's going to be, okay, 10 wins is going to be the peak. Come out and win it. Okay. We still got a shot at 11 wins, but it's probably going to be 10-7. Now coming into week two, last night, Sunday Night Football, Houston Texans. This is going to be a loss. CJ Stroud, Will Anderson on defense. They got some studs. They got some weapons. But I think Caleb Williams is going to improve. He's going to make better decisions, and he improved a ton. You look at the stats, and you're like, well, not really. No. The gameplay, the decisions he made, yeah, did he make some bad decisions? Every quarterback makes poor decisions. Patrick Mahomes makes poor decisions. So, but the decision making by Caleb Williams was exceptional compared to last week. The offensive line is absolutely brutal. The Bears could go sign a couple of scrubs off the waiver wire, free agents today, and probably have a better offensive line this coming Sunday. That's how bad the offensive line is. And that's a story we've been telling for years in Chicago. So I was actually happy with last night's loss. I mean, it was a loss. There were opportunities to win, but essentially it's like, well, we weren't supposed to win. So that's kind of how I go into these games. It's like, well, like the Cubs, like I wasn't expecting the Cubs to be any better than last year. They had the same roster. So I go in with these expectations where I don't, a lot of sports fans think they have to win every single game. And I just try not to look at it through that lens, because then you're just going to drive yourself mad. And I don't want to do that. So it was a fun game to watch last night. I thought by halftime I was going to, because I'm downstairs watching, I thought, by halftime, it'll be a 2-touchdown game. Texans will be up. I'll be heading upstairs getting ready for bed. And that wasn't the case. I actually watched into the fourth quarter, and it was still I think it was 19 was it 19-10? I think it was 19-10 before the Bears got that last field goal. Maybe it might have been 19-13, but the offense looked terrible. I think Caleb got sacked. I mean, look at the stats against Caleb Williams. I mean, sacked like 7 times. He was hurried and rushed. It was brutal. And so it was like down on the 1-yard line. He gets sacked. It's 4th down. I'm calling it tonight. I'm done. It's late. I'm done. Actually, I watched down here in my office, and I got a lot of work done. I was listing. I did some sorting. This Goodwill pallet, by the way, this one's the best ever, and I haven't even finished it. I've still got boxes to go through. This is the best ever. So I was going through some boxes. I found a box during the noon game, during the Packers game. I brought a box in. I was upstairs with Ernie and watching the game upstairs, and brought a box in, and it had probably 300 60s cards, 60s baseball, and a couple 60s and 70s football. There was a stack of Wonder Bread All-Stars from 74, 76. There were the 68 or 69 Topps 4-in-1 football cards. Those are in my eBay store, 99centcards.com. A stack of 60 Topps baseball, stack of 61 Topps baseball. There were modern autographs. It was like a treasure chest. So that was my find yesterday. Then last night I'm watching the game, and I'm going through some random boxes, and I don't know what this is. This was just in a random box with some other crap. It's from 1939. Actually, might not be from 1939. It's got a couple copyrights of 1939. True crime stories. I don't know what this, but this was just randomly in a box. I haven't looked that up. How about this? Tom Brady 2001 Upper Deck. This is $100 to $150 card. That was in a box. Same set. 2 Pat Tillmans. These run about $50 a pop. There was a 2001 Topps with the Ichiro rookie. 82 Donruss had the Cal Ripken Jr. There was a box of 83 Topps baseball, which was similar to the 83-84 O-Pee-Chee hockey. It wasn't a complete set, but it was a partial set with a lot of the stars. There were no Tony Gwynn rookies. There were no Ryan Sandberg rookies, but there were 2 Wade Boggs rookies. There was a near complete set of 85 Leaf with the Roger Clemens and Dwight Gooden rookies. The only 2 cards that were missing were a couple Diamond Kings. So it's like, well, do I buy those cards, or I probably have them somewhere, or do I just sell the I probably just sell the singles. So that was just yesterday in finds, and I still have some boxes to go through. I'm just waiting to hit those 2,000 boxes for Brady. We'll see if there's any in there. So it was a fun day, Sunday fun day. It turned out to be. Watched football. It was a beautiful day. It was like 90 degrees here yesterday, but it was, 90 degrees feels so different in September. The corn is no longer sweating. And there's no humidity. So it's like a pleasant 90 degrees. It's a dry heat. And so we took it was still warm though. So we took I took Ernie for a walk. He didn't want to go the whole length. He's like, let's turn around. So we did a short walk, and then we get home and he gets the freaking zoomies. I'm like, we were going on a walk for you to get the zoomies out. So watched football, watched a lot of football. I've probably watched more football in the last 2 weeks than I have in the last 2 years combined. I don't know. I'm just in a football state of mind this year. I don't know why that is, but it is what it is. So check out the eBay store, 99centcards.com. I did add the 4-in-1 football cards. I added this is, I think these may have come from a previous Goodwill pallet, or these are all Chris Sale rookie cards. And I didn't realize until recently how well Chris Sale, I mean, he's the front runner to win the Cy Young. And I'm like, yeah, he's a pitcher, but hey, there's a purple refractor, there's Topps Chrome, Bowman Chrome Heritage, opening day. This is an orange numbered out of 250 rookie card from Bowman. There's the platinum anniversary. There's the cognac version. Just, I don't know where these came from. I remember having them around, and then I pulled them out in a box, and I'm glad I did because he's having a great season. So those Chris Sale rookie cards are in my eBay store. What else was added? The 4-in-1s, 64 Topps and 65 Topps baseball. At some point here in the near future, I'll get the 60s, 60, 61, 63 listed, and I think 66, 67. So I'll get those listed as well. So yeah, listed a lot of stuff yesterday and last night into my eBay store. 99centcards.com. On the buy it now listings, you can buy 7 or more at regular price. You'll save 25% off at checkout. Also, by the way, auctions are running. Let's share the screen and check out the auctions that end tomorrow night. Now, I've got concurrent auctions running. I've got Tuesday and Sunday auctions right now. Have some auctions that started last night. Here's a look at what's ending tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, we will stream live starting at 7 p.m. Central to count down the final hammer on these Tuesday night auctions. Both auctions are football, although I think I might have thrown in some baseball. And then tomorrow night, new auctions are starting. It's going to be a hodgepodge. There's going to be baseball. There's going to be football. There's going to be non-sport. So make sure to check out tomorrow night the auctions that are ending and also the auctions that are starting. So here's some of the auctions. A lot of RPAs, autographs for football. There's an RPA, only a bid at 99 cents on that one. A Miles Jack Prism autograph, only 99 cents. I have $4.25 shipping. I should change that. I can't change it now. There's a bid on it, but I would charge 99-cent shipping on that. Here's a Romeo Dobbs rookie relic to $2.49, only at $1.29. Jahmyr Gibbs of the Lions rookie gear relic, only at $1.50. Amon-Ra St. Brown to $2.49. Kendre Miller Prism Variation rookie. Here's a couple rookie relics of Jonathan Mingo. No bids yet. No bids yet on those. Brian Burns, number to 75. Here's a Kendre Miller RPA. Doesn't have a bid yet. An RPA without a bid. Gold standard patch, Traylon Burks, numbered to 49. There's a Travis Kelce, numbered out of 99. Quay Walker, the Packers, he's having, I didn't realize he was as good as he is, but this is a rookie auto numbered to 99. A couple RPAs, a few RPAs of Cordero Patterson. The National I'm curious which is going to sell the highest. The National Treasures, numbered to 99. The Topps Chrome, numbered to 50. Or the Museum Collection, numbered to 20. I would have expected these to be reversed. I thought the Topps would have been higher than the Panini. And the Museum's only numbered at 20, but that National Treasures RPA, that's up to 650. We've got a Minkah Fitzpatrick auto. That's all the way up to 1050. Happy with that. Justin Jefferson Phoenix Contours insert. We've got a bunch of Tom Brady, early Tom Brady cards. 2003, 2004 Tom Brady's. They only have one bid at 99 cents, except with the playoff contenders is up to $1.25. So there's some Tom Brady's. Xavier Worthy, how about that? Mini Diamond Refractor, Texas Longhorn from Bowman U. That's only at $2.25. It's numbered to $2.99. I've got some Kellogg's 3D Superstars. These are in phenomenal condition. These are in great condition. No cracks. I've got Sonny Jurgensen, Deacon Jones, Calvin Hill, Jan Stenrud, John Brody, Fred Dreyer. Those all have some multiple bids. Ray Guy rookie card, the Dan Goich card. We've got an O.J. Simpson 75 Topps All-Pro running backs without a bid. Peyton Manning owned the game. Couple rookies from 87 tops, quarterbacks Jim Kelly and Randall Cunningham. An Ed Reed rookie card. Bowman U, Bo Nix, no bids on that one yet. I like this CJ Spiller card. I'm surprised there's not a bid. From Triple Threads, Jersey Relic, Run CJ Run. It's numbered to 27. I thought it'd get a couple bids, but no bids yet. Jerry Rice, Fleer Focus Freeze Frame. We've got a Topps Pristine Jersey Relic, Jason Taylor. Triple Relic of Odell Beckham, Sterling Shepard, and Wayne Gallman. Larry Zonka, Kellogg's 3D Superstars, really sharp-looking card there. Collector's Edge Sentinels, Brett Favre, numbered out of 500. Dak Prescott, Orange Prism to 249. Lamar Jackson, Blue Wave Prism to 199. David Johnson, Majestic to 50. Urlacher rookie card. Bowman Jersey Relic, Patrick Peterson to 50. No bids yet on that one. A Chicago Blitz USFL pocket schedule looking for a bid. Collector's Edge Tech Supreme Preview, Kurt Warner. We've got the reseller lot. Going to be at least 1,300 cards in this lot. It'll ship in boxes inside a flat rate box. And I'll throw in at least one auto. I'll throw in some relics. So get your bids in on that. And then finally on Tuesday night auctions, the Dwight Freeney Optic Contenders auto to 99. So those all end on Tuesday night, tomorrow night, and we'll start streaming live at 7 p.m. Central and count down the final hammer. A couple of these were auctions that were won last week, but the buyers did not pay, or the winning bidder did not pay on Nate Pearson auto and the Duke Snyder 55 tops. These auctions started last night, so looking for bids. New auctions that started last night. Jalen Carter, first Bowman Chrome Aqua Refractor to $299. Now with the Eagles. We've got a Rex Grossman Jersey Relic from 03. A Jordan Love Panini Prism Draft Gold Ice. Let's see. Fleer Fabrics Jersey Edgerrin James. Mike Williams Platinum Refractor, numbered to $499, rookie card. A Tim Tebow Platinum rookie card. Matt Ryan rookie card from 2008. Panini Prism Rookie Gear Relic Rashad Bateman. Rookie Auto Demetric Felton. Isaac Bruce 2003 Topps Black, numbered to 150. These auctions just started last night. They'll end this coming Sunday night. Stetson Bennett Rookie Patch from Prism. Eric Dickerson rookie card from 84 Topps. And 84 Topps Joe Montana. 89 Pro Set Deion Sanders rookie card. Second year Lawrence Taylor from 1983. 2012 Topps NFL Captain Patch Relic Drew Brees. I've got a 2008 Donruss Elite Red Status, numbered to 86, Todd Heap. Eli Manning Donruss Gridiron Gear, numbered to 250. Donruss Classics, Lawrence Taylor, numbered to 500. I've got a few Marvin Harrison rookie cards, Upper Deck, Pinnacle, and Select. Marvin Harrison scorecard, numbered to 625. More Tom Brady, early Tom Brady cards, 2002, 2004 Topps Chrome, Upper Deck XL from 2002, 2004 Topps Chrome, Upper Deck Foundations, Diamond Pro Sigs, Topps Gallery from 02, 2003 Score, 2002 Leaf Certified. So Tom Brady, early Tom Brady's up for auction. 99 Pacific Paramount, Peyton Manning. An 02 Piece of History from Upper Deck Peyton Manning. 02 Upper Deck Peyton Manning. 2000 Pacific Peyton Manning. More Peyton. A lot of Peyton Mannings up for auction this week. Pacific Dynagon Stadium Club. I've got some slabs up for auction. 88 Topps John Elway from Mint Grading Service, a Gem Mint 10. I think it's a basement grader. I don't know. A PSA 9 Dan Marino, numbered out of 1,000. I've got some vintage football up for auction. 66 Topps. Cookie Gilchrist, Steve DeLong, and Charles Long. Oh, and Mike Stratton. We've got a Roger Craig rookie card from 84 Topps. I've got some Peytons at auction this week. Art Monk rookie card. We've got an Aaron Donald Phoenix, numbered to 75. 52 Bowman James Hammond, Wisconsin Badgers. Johnny Unitas, 71 Topps. Dan Marino rookie card. A Mike Ditka autograph. How about that? Another Tom Brady. Josh Freeman auto from 2009, number to 100. Ben Roethlisberger, low serial number to 25. LaShawn McCoy patch, number to 100. And then some baseball auctions. I've got a Bobby Witt Jr. lot of 35 Bobby Witt Jr. cards and a Kumar Rocker 40 card lot. So check those auctions out. They went live last night, ending this coming Sunday. Get the bids in, 99centcards.com. Auctions ending tomorrow night. We'll stream live starting at 7 p.m. Central. And this week's football auctions will end on Sunday night, this coming Sunday night. Speaking of this coming Sunday, there will be, Saturday and Sunday, there will be Hobby Evolution this coming weekend. No show next Monday morning. I will be back in Anawan. We've got a family reunion Sunday afternoon, so I'm going to go down in the morning. So I'll do a Hobby Evolution first thing Sunday morning, hit the road, family reunion, stay overnight, and be back Monday. So no Hobby Evolution next Monday. Let's go to the chat. Today's topic, we're going to talk about how many cards is ideal in your collection. And you might be surprised that I do have a number in mind. Actually, I don't have a number in mind, but I have a number in mind that I think is too much. Surprise, surprise. Would you have thought that? George is in the house. What is up, George? The answer to the question, how many cards is ideal in your collection, he says fewer than yesterday. So he wants to sell. Johnny Boy Cards is here. Good morning. Happy Monday. Crazy NFL Sunday. It was a fun NFL Sunday. I watched a lot of football yesterday. David's in the house. Good morning. Kyle is here. What's happening? Victor's in the house. Tough loss, but I'm okay. I'm okay with it. JW's here. Good morning. Cubs rookies are shining. Unfortunately, our Bears one wasn't last night. Tough loss, like Victor says, but hey, for me, it was an expected loss. So I'm okay with it. Royals 417. Good morning. Mark's here. Good morning. Typical Jets win, but they still piss you off. Let's just say I have way too many cards, but that's what I do. That's right. Sometimes there is an ideal number, but we just blow past it and we don't care. That's where I fall. That's the category I fall into. Kevin Hawthorne's checking in from Lakeland, Florida. What's up? George says, my weapon is alcohol. Guaranteed to lead you to poor decisions and exciting times. Mark says, Giants are bad, but Carolina is 1976 Buccaneers bad. How about, little Monday morning quarterback here. Last night was Bears-Texans. Rewind a couple years ago, and the Bears and Texans were fighting it out for the number 1 overall pick. And the Texans just needed to lose. And they played I think they played like another terrible team. And the Texans, and not only did the Texans win, but they win on like a crazy ass play. And it's like, they just blew the number 1 overall pick. So the Bears get the number 1 overall pick. And who's the quarterback that everybody wants? Well, not everybody, but who's the top quarterback in that draft? Bryce Young. The Bears trade that number 1 pick to the Carolina Panthers. And with Bryce Young, our 1976 Buccaneers bad. The Bears get DJ Moore. They get next year's number 1 pick, which turns into the number 1 overall pick. And they get Caleb Williams, who I think is going to be a great quarterback. And the Texans get the number 2 pick. And who do they take? CJ Stroud, who's been a stud, who's been a great quarterback so far. And then with their second first-round pick, they get Will Anderson, who's been a stud defensively. And Carolina gets the number 1 overall pick. They take Bryce Young, and they are bad. They're probably going to get the number 1 overall pick again next year. And what are they going to do with that? Who knows? They're not in territory to. I mean, if Carolina, this is just my thinking. If Carolina gets the number 1 overall pick, and who knows, it's September 16th. We don't know who is going to, I mean, you take a look at mock drafts from last year, and they're going to look entirely different in September than what they ended up being in April or May, whenever April, I think. So you can say, well, they're going to take this guy, and this guy ends up not being. So I think Shedeur Sanders last year in September was like the number 1 overall pick projected, and he didn't even go into the draft. But if a quarterback is like the consensus number 1 pick, I think Carolina should trade down and collect picks because they need a lot of help. Bryce Young probably ain't it, but I think you still need to roll with it. And that's unfortunately when bad teams, that's like, it's gambling, man. It's gambling on these arms at quarterback. Steve's in the house. Good morning. Casuals judge every Sunday result as that what you are as a team, no matter what. That is true. That is very true. Red Light 34, good morning. Brian, good morning. Card collection size as quantity of card is roughly equal to square foot of basement times 8,000. You can use the following formula. There you go. There you go. I like that. What's the ideal collection? More than the square footage that I have to store said collection. Mr. Archer, good morning. Mark says, Chris Sale and Francisco Lindor's back injury are the reasons why Braves will beat the Mets for a wild card spot. There you go. Dan's in the house. What's up? Orlando is here. Good morning. By the way, Orlando made his debut on Hobby Hotline this past weekend on Saturday morning, so check that out if you didn't over the weekend. Brian is here. Offbeat All-Stars. Good morning. He says Bowman Megabox was kind of a bust. Not surprised, but I got a couple Brewers to get signed at spring training. Not surprised. Mega boxes are, here's my take on Bowman mega boxes. I used to be 100% down for mega boxes. Today, pass. I don't think I bought any last year either. Remember, Brian, we had a rip night with Bowman, but that was when they were probably still $20. They might have gone up to 25 or 30 at that point, but I think they're now 40 or 50. Crazy. Not going to pay that for Bowman mega boxes. Back in the day, I think I even watched the breaks, had a tweet last week about prices between or not prices, but he had a photo of a Target that had like a wall of Bowman mega boxes like recently. And he's like, would I have seen this in 2019? And the answer is absolutely not. But the difference is $50 today. 2019 Bowman mega boxes were actually cheaper than blaster boxes. The first couple of years of Bowman mega boxes, they were $15 for a mega box. I think the first year was 2017. And I remember Bowman mega boxes in 2017. I remember going to Target and on like a Friday night, and I was looking for just some wax to rip, and I think I bought some Bowman. I wanted Bowman, and it's like Bowman, and I saw these Bowman mega boxes, and I'm like, I don't want a mega box. I just want a regular box. And then a few days later, I found out that they were reselling for crazy amounts, and I'm like, oh shit, there were a whole bunch. So I went back, and they were gone. And then so 2018, there's Bowman Mega Box Mania. I remember I would like strategize because they were released on like random days. Every day of the week, I would go to Target hunting for Bowman Mega Boxes. And I think in 2018, I think I found 4 out of all the stores. I was lucky enough to find 4 boxes. I had a couple friends on social media from various states that found them, and I bought them from them. And then I think 2019, and then 2019, I was able to no, that wasn't 2019. That was 20. That was 2021. So anyway, but Bowman Mega Box is now, I'm a pass on Bowman Mega Boxes. Heritage boxes, there you go. You can get Heritage at a good price. It's a fun rip. Johnny Boy cards, Giants lose kicker on first play. Game over. Giants play Panthers in Germany. Oh, there you go, Germany. Have fun with that. Have fun with your American football. New York Giants and Carolina Panthers. Brian says, man, that's against the Geneva Convention, I thought. What garbage. Yeah, we're sending that to represent the American Football League. The National Football League. The National Football League of American Football, I guess. John Myers, size doesn't matter. We're talking about collections, right? Right. Straight Execution. Wow, it's been a long time since you've checked in. Good morning. Welcome back. Ideal Collection is all of them that make you happy. All of them make me happy. The 91 Fleer don't make me happy. Burn those. Mark says, saw that episode of Hobby Hotline. Hot take, Orlando will win an Emmy. There you go. George says, I mean, if we are going by John's strategy, then we all need to fill our collections with girth. Length doesn't matter. So the reason this is the topic, my topic today, is, let me see if I can find the article. So here is, we want to, let's see, add to stage. That's my eBay store, 99centcards.com. Check it out. Let's share this tab instead. Okay. So thank you to someone on, I think it was a Sports Card Nonsense Facebook page that shared a gift article. So this guy, and you can't see it on the page, that guy has like a warehouse, 20 million cards. 20 million cards. A sports memorabilia gold mine uncovered in Virginia. And you can see the boxes, about 87 tops, 87 Fleer. Like, oh, God. 3 years ago, a businessman bought a collection of roughly 20 million sports cards from its reclusive owner. Now he wants to show it to the world. So I actually heard about this, and I forgot about it until this article appeared in the New York. This is from the New York Times. I'm pretty sure it was Ted from Collects and Car Dealer Pro that was telling me about this a year ago, more than a year ago. And he told me, like, the owner was like, doesn't want to be, the former owner doesn't want to be, identified. And this businessman, bought it. I don't know. Maybe they were using software to scan these in, because it did mention in the article that they'd scanned in like 80,000 cards. Think about that. 80,000, like, just think about the sheer number of 80,000. Think about 80,000. That is, how many 5-row boxes is that? Is that fit 80, 10, 16? 16 5-row boxes. That's a lot of cards. That's a lot of 80,000. Scanned in 80,000. But then, like, you're like, yeah, I just scanned in 80,000 cards. But then you're like, I only have 19,900,000 to go. Like, that's just like, I think, like, I like struggle with organizing 1 million Cubs cards. Multiply that by, 1 million. If you understand what 1 million cards takes time to sort, organize, and then multiply that by 20. That's unreal. So this is just an absolutely crazy collection. So he's got this tucked away in like a warehouse somewhere in Virginia. Autographed baseballs of Willie Mays, Bob Feller, Stan Musial, and a whole bunch of others. Now, this is where this paragraph really ticks me off. Fucking Guinness World Records. So the New York Times says it is quite possibly the largest private collection of sports cards in the world, and probably by a wide margin. Mr. Benazik, who has this 20 million find, estimates that it includes 20 million cards, although other visitors have pegged the number even higher. For comparison, Paul Jones, a man in Idaho who claimed to have the largest private baseball card collection, told a local newspaper in 2020 that his holdings amounted to 2.8 million cards. Well, Paul, I've got more than that in my basement right now. Now, would you consider mine a private collection? I am a business, so maybe not, but only 100,000, 120,000 of my 4 million cards are posted for sale. So does that mean the rest is my collection? I don't know. But I have 1 million Cubs cards, and that should be a Guinness World Record, but Guinness denies me. The largest collection of non-sports trading cards consists of 32,809 items. There's probably a whole bunch of people in this chat and watching this video that have more than 32,000 non-sports trading cards. I probably have more than 32,000 non-sports trading cards. I just haven't counted. Where are we at? Let's see. What makes the collection even more notable? Its lack of public profile. For years, it sat in a concrete outbuilding behind a low-slung ranch house on a wooded country road. I'm assuming the country road was next to a wooded area. It wasn't actually a wooded road. When I first read that, I'm like, a wood road? I didn't realize they had wood roads in Virginia. Oh, wooded. It's woods along the country road. Two members of the seller's family, so the recluse who sold the collection, said that the collection had been painstakingly accumulated for over 50 years. Let's see. Now that the new owner owns it, the collection is stowed in an otherwise empty-looking roadside storefront 25 miles outside Richmond, Virginia, with paper taped over the windows. So just drive 25 miles outside of Richmond and look for an empty-looking roadside storefront with paper over the windows, and you just found 20 million sports cards. Thanks, New York Times, for giving that away. Let's see. So a whole bunch, and here's another photo of, that's probably a mil. That's probably a mil. I'm trying to look at it. That's probably 1 million, maybe 1.5 million cards right there in the photo. So multiply that by 15 or 20. The collection includes an estimated 10,000 Michael Jordan cards, 6,000 Kobe Bryant cards, and 4,000 LeBron James cards. The collection includes at least every Topps baseball set produced from 1954 to 2016, as well as roughly 3 decades worth of completed sets of basketball and football cards. Now, it's not all junk wax. There are at least 5 different Babe Ruth cards. Now, hopefully they're like original and not swell baseball greats. Not to mention Ty Cobb, Lou Gehrig, and Joe DiMaggio cards, authenticated tobacco cards of Walter Johnson, Christy Mathewson, and others from T206 and T205. Hundreds of signed balls and bats, rolled up sheets of uncut cards, and game-used catching gear worn by Hall of Famer Bill Dickey. The collection of artifacts extends well beyond sports and includes original and authenticated postcards of Marilyn Monroe from the 1950s, sealed boxes from Star Trek, Star Wars, and Pokemon, and turn-of-the-century cigarette cards featuring images of stage actors popular at the time. The new owner tried to catalog the chaos, but he suspects he has opened only 5 to 10% of it. I can relate. I know how that goes. Leaving the tantalizing possibility of ever rare gems yet to be discovered. His friend started inventorying the cards with a scanner and stopped after about 80,000. How demoralizing is that? You get to 80,000. I just scanned 80,000 cards, and you've got 19,900,000 to go. Joe Mars, an independent appraiser of card collections based in Chicago, visited the acquisition in 2022. It's not unusual for private individuals to quietly amass enormous stockpiles over decades in the hobby, he said. Still, he had never seen anything like the collection in Virginia. The sheer magnitude was just crazy. Within the last 6 months, I saw a collection that was probably 200,000 cards, which was maybe 60 or 70 of those white boxes. That was a very large collection. A really, really big collection might be 1,000,000 cards. And this one is 40 times that or something. It's just incomprehensible. So here, so there's a Babe Ruth. So it is a real Babe Ruth. Oh, we've got a Christy Mathewson PSA. There's a 52 tops look and see Babe Ruth. So, wow. Mr. Benazik is the founder and chief executive of ISC Sales, a distributor for Walgreens, CVS, Joann's, and other retailers based in Virginia. Let's see. I wonder if that's like if he's a what the hell do you call those? Repacker. I wonder if ISC Sales is a repacker. Let's see. There you go. Here's how he found it. There's some Bob Feller ball. There's a Jackie Robinson piece. It took them 20 car trips, as well as 3 15-foot U-Hauls and 2 20-foot U-Hauls to move everything into the empty antique store they had leased nearby. They purchased thousands of dollars worth of display racks at a discount from a Best Buy liquidation sale. A rough count found 48 display racks, a 12-foot high wooden bookcase, and dozens of other shelves, cabinets, stands, and desks. Boxes of cards still crowded the aisles between racks. I know how that is. Let's see. Mr. Mars said placing a value on the collection was difficult because of the possibility that some rare, extremely valuable cards could be lurking somewhere. You have to factor that in, adding that $5 million was a conservative estimate based on what he had seen. So he's teaming up with Rob Smith, a former executive at Endemol Shine, who helped produce reality television programs like Extreme Makeover, Home Edition, and Wipeout. Mr. Smith said he had various ideas about how to showcase the collection, including taking it on a tour as an interactive exhibit, perhaps culminating with a residency in Las Vegas. That sounds like a terrible idea. I don't know. Like, does that sound interesting to you? Like a traveling interactive exhibit? That doesn't appeal to me whatsoever. Let's see. Mr. Smith says, to me, this is a perfect family-friendly thing where you can go and enjoy and see all these amazing things we have, as well as the history of card collecting, the history of America. He has solicited help from various business partners, including John Skipper, the former ESPN executive, now at Meadowlark Media. Let's see. Other potential projects include a podcast built around the stories behind different cards and a reality show in which people can be reconnected to long-lost cards or even reunited with family members via the cards. All right, so there you go. That was from the New York Times. 20 million cards. I would love to just travel to Richmond, Virginia and go through. Like, hey, you've still got 80% of those cards let's go dig through them. I mean, man, how about that? Where are we at? Let's go to the chat. Sidebar, Paul says 2 weeks to Hallmark Christmas starting. I can't start this early. I maybe mid-October. End of October. 1st of October. A little too early for me yet. Guinness is only good when it comes to beer, and even then it's marginal. I agree. JG says 4 million. Wow. Yeah. I'd like to get it to 3. I mean, and that's kind of where this conversation, we kind of go into this conversation where it's like, at one time, I'm like, I'd love to have 20 million cards. I mean, I probably still would, just not in my base. I don't have enough house to house 20 million cards. I probably do, but my wife it wouldn't get to that point. Let's just say, my space, I really don't have enough space for 4 million. I've got to get some shit out the door. Which this article in a conversation that I had in a group chat kind of led me to think about, what is the ideal number? If you're a quantity guy, you're like, oh my God, I'd love to have 20 million cards. But in reality, maybe not. And that's where I'm at. Even with 4 million, it's like 4 million's a lot. I don't think I need 4 million cards. I know I don't need 4 million cards. I'd like to get rid of a lot. It's hard to get rid of bulk. It's hard to get rid of bulk. Let's go into some more chat. James says, better get counting those non-sports cards, good sir. Right. Yeah, let's set a record. Hey, you won't give me the Cubs record, but I'll take this damn non-sport record. John Meyer says, I'm showing my wife the news article. No hoarding FOMO here, right? Johnny M says, good morning. Just got on. Was this in your latest Goodwill pallet? I don't know what you're referring to. 20 million cards was not in my Goodwill pallet, but I did find this. I will say this is my greatest Goodwill pallet. At the beginning of today's show, I talked about what I found. Let's see, Tom Brady, second-year Upper Deck, $100 to $150 card. A couple Pat Tillmans, about $50 a pop. Ichiro rookie, Cal Ripken Jr. rookie. There were a couple Wade Boggs rookies. A near complete set of 85 Leaf. About 300 60s baseball cards, all in this. That's just what I found yesterday in the Goodwill pallet. So this Goodwill pallet, best ever, and I'm not even through with it. East Coast Tom's here. What's up? No, Bo Spencer Thompson cards in that collection, unfortunately. Probably not. Unicorn Cupcake says, 5 million is a lot. Not compared to 20 million. JG says, Guy could have an unlimited repack business. That's something I should probably look into, supplying repackers. That's a thought. Guy has a bunch of dumb ideas. Okay, I'm not the only one. Those are dumb ideas, I think. Like a traveling exhibit with a residency in Las Vegas, that just sounds stupid. I'm sorry, it does. A podcast built around stories behind different cards, that could work. It has to have the right hosts. It has to have the right host. A reality show in which people can be reconnected to long lost cards. That sounds silly to me. Or even reunited with family members via cards. Like, those just sound like desperate ideas. Like, those sound like ideas that you spend 30 seconds thinking of in a boardroom. You got, okay, quick, tell me ideas right now without brainstorming. And those are the shitty ideas you come up with. George says the chat slightly fell asleep while you read the article, right? George says, I mean, anybody can go online and read a Wikipedia page. Where's John? That's right. John is the best Wikipedia page reader. Cooter says, as the boomers die off, we will see an influx of cards. In my opinion, even the vintage market will soften, supply and demand. Uh-oh. Steve says, you wouldn't have a wife if you had 20 million cards. I think you are right. I think you are correct. Johnny M says, I'm currently at about 180,000 and want to get it down to 50K. So, and here's where we go into it. James says, if he and another person list 20 million cards on eBay, will it sink the card industry? Probably not. So this got me thinking, like, in my basement, I have 4 million. And now 3 million, roughly 3 million, a little less than 3 million, I'd say, would be the non-Cubs cards, which is inventory. You know, anything non-Cubs is for sale. And that's a lot of I can't list that many cards. And a lot of them I don't want to list because they're 91 Fleer and 91 Donruss. So once I get through some of that stuff, I list it in bulk and I do sell. I probably sold off this year, not as much. Last year, I know I sold 1 million cards in bulk. This year, probably I've only done like maybe 1-2 truckloads this year, maybe 3. So I probably have sold less in bulk. I've probably sold maybe 500,000. And last year I probably sold maybe 1.5 million actually, now that I think about it. But only a third of that in bulk sales this year to date. So need to get some more. And I think I'm about ready to list another batch. Again, our Facebook Marketplace sucks. Nobody buys stuff on Facebook, but I'm not listing like liquid stuff. I'm listing bulk, and it's hard to find bulk buyers of commons and semi-stars and a lot of junk wax and really a lot of new stuff too that nobody wants. So when I first started hoarding, when I first started buying collections and buying bulk, I couldn't have enough. Like I buy it. Didn't matter what it was. Like I'm going to buy it, stock it, put it away. Couldn't. And that's, I think the last buyer that I had, I think that's probably where he was at, where he's like, I can't get enough. Keep buying. Okay. Now I have enough. But I'm at the point where it's like, I've run out of space. I'm running all of these auctions because I have a lot of inventory that is, liquid and that I can sell. And it's like, and I've talked about this many times, like I hate auctions. I know that I'm losing money on some of these auctions, most of the auctions. Now, it has kind of the last few auctions, it actually kind of has collectively, it has equaled what I expected, although I expected auction prices, which is lower than buy it now prices. And I kind of feel like in a lot of auctions, I'm getting 60% of what I would get at a buy it now price, but I'm also getting that today. And at a buy it now price, I might not get that realized buy it now full price for 6 months, a year. So that's the thing that I'm working with in terms of auction. It's like, okay, there's some stuff. It's like, no, I'm not going to list this at auction. I'm going to list this at buy it now. And then there's some stuff where it's like, oh, this is a perfect auction item. So that's kind of where I'm at in relation to auctions. When it comes to like an ideal, what is the ideal number? Well, it's not 4 million. Now, if it was 4 million liquid, now that's a different story. But a lot of my 4 million is 88 tops, 91 Fleer, and that's not ideal. And that's not what I want in my, not necessarily a collection, but just inventory. When it comes to my collection, I don't have a number, but I do know that my current amount is too much. But I think that's always, as a seller, that's always going to be your stance. Like, I've got too much, because you should actively be buying all the time. Not all the time, but if opportunities present themselves, you've got to keep that. If it's too good to pass, Goodwill pallets, I can't pass these up, obviously. So that's kind of where I stand. But when it comes to terms to my collection with my Cubs cards, 1 million was my goal. But is 1 million ideal? No. No. Do I need 150 87 Topps team sets of Chicago Cubs cards? No. But I have them for now. Eventually, I'm going to try to sell. Who wants 87 Topps Cubs team sets? Probably not that liquid. 1 million is not ideal. It was it for a time, and we hit the goal. We did it. Topps gave me a baseball card, threw out the first pitch at Wrigley Field. Now it's on. Now I still collect Cubs. Got some coming in the mail today. But I don't need any more 87 Topps. I don't think there is an ideal number. I don't have an ideal number. I don't have an ideal number for my Cubs collection. And I don't have an ideal number for my inventory. And I don't think there is. And I think I think that's the difference between if this is a hobby for you and if this is a business for you. But even on my hobby side, I don't think I have an ideal number. Like, there's not a number I attain, whether it's higher or lower than my current. It just happens to be my current is more than I think would be ideal. I don't think 1 million is ideal for my Cubs collection. I think that number is somewhere. So maybe I have a ballpark. I don't know what that ballpark would be. 200,000, 300,000. I don't know. But there's a lot of cards that I don't necessarily want anymore in my Cubs collection, but there's a lot of cards that I do want that I don't have in my Cubs collection. And with inventory, I think as on the business side, there's not an ideal number because you want to keep adding inventory as long as you keep selling. That's the balancing act. You don't want to keep buying and you're not selling fast enough, which is actually where I'm at right now. I'm not selling stuff fast enough. That's why I'm going to auctions. I can list and list and list, but if it doesn't move fast enough at buy it now, and I'm doing okay on buy it nows, you always want more. But some of this stuff, it's liquid. I can move it. Let's see. I hate comping. You can find some great deals in my eBay store at 99centcards.com because sometimes I don't comp. A lot of times I don't comp. You'll find great deals sometimes. Bookmark 99centcards.com eBay store. Now I lost my train of thought, shilling my eBay store. I don't comp. That auctions. I don't comp a lot. Auctions, you don't have to comp. 99 cents starting bid, let it ride. And I don't have to comp this stack of 50 cards. Like, oh God, I don't want to just list this for $2.50 or $5. I don't know what it is. I got to comp. I don't have to comp at auction. And if I don't look at comps after the fact, I won't get upset if it goes too low. Or if it goes higher than I thought this might go for $5 and it goes for 10. Hey, I'm happy. So I don't think there's an ideal number because I'm always looking to buy. I'm always looking to buy. But I'm not always looking to buy, there was a time where I was always looking to buy Bowman. You saw my picture of my boxes of Bowman prospects a few days ago. I'm not looking to buy Bowman prospects anymore. Now, if I can get, that doesn't mean I'm not always looking. I'm still looking, but if it's going to be a bunch of paper base, I'm not interested. But if there's going to be, if it's not cherry picked, if there's still first Bowman Jackson holidays and I can get a good price for it, yes, I will buy. So I'm not saying I'm not buying, but I'm not buying what I used to buy. So that's in that can change. And, maybe a good deal comes along and it's too good to pass up. And here we go. I've got another 50,000 Bowman prospect cards. Let's go into the chat. Where are we at? George says, when I die, my vintage collection will be like a fart in a hurricane. AA cards. Good morning. Hope everyone had a good weekend. eBay sales were decent. My eBay sales were they at? Were better than last week. During the week, my eBay sales really dipped Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I had some really shitty sales days. Saturday and Sunday were much better. I haven't sold a single thing today. That's by 8 a.m. That hasn't happened in a while. That's strange. So all of the overnight sales happened before 2 a.m. I guess. But I had decent days Saturday and Sunday. Not off to a very good start today, but we'll see. I listed a ton of stuff yesterday, so I am expecting this week to be a big week based on what I have listed. Also, auctions tomorrow night will be ending, so Tuesday is always a big sales day due to the auctions. So we'll see. James says you are keeping the USPS busy. Yes, I am. Steve says there's function to the 91 Fleer as a fire starter in a survival situation. Yeah, it's next to my toilet paper in my glove compartment. Hey, if nature calls on the road, I've got that toilet paper. And I've also got some 91 Fleer in case I need to start a fire. Duke's in the house. 20 million Cubs. Sounds easy to accomplish. Oh, God. No. James says you keep hoarding and hoarding. I do. In fact, I was talking with Goodwill when I picked up this pallet, and may have been alerted to when the next pallet will be available. And I told my wife, and I said, yeah, by this time next month, they'll probably be. And she's like, you don't have enough room for this one. And I'm like, she's like, you better start selling. I'm like, I know, I know. I'm drowning in cards. But I will say, these last two the last one was okay. I would say the last number 20, my 20th Goodwill pallet, the last one, I would say was average to good. This one is great. Probably already the best Goodwill pallet of all of them, of the previous 20. Not only with some of the heavy hitter, the Vinatieri's already sold for $50. I haven't even listed this Brady and the Tillmans, the Ripkins, the Boggs, many others. Some of the vintage I just listed last night, and who knows what else is still in there. So this is definitely, you know, the best Goodwill palette. So not only with some of those bigger cards, but some of the sets and the partial sets of early 2000 stuff that you don't see a lot of because it wasn't produced like we saw in the junk wax era or what we see today. And so those tend to draw buyers in, even, you know, $1.75 sales. Cooter says, in my opinion, a single duplicate is wasted capital that could be used to get a card I don't have. I love it. I would love to build every vintage baseball set. And that's actually a good way to look at it. I really like that stance. And I kind of look, even with my Cubs collection, I will still buy duplicates of Cubs cards if I get a good price. I don't list them or sell them yet, but that's kind of the idea behind it. It's basically speculation. Like, okay, I really believe in this guy, and if I buy a second card and he all of a sudden breaks off, kind of like Dylan Cease, like just gets super hot, I've got an extra that I can sell and make money on. And it's purely prospecting and speculation. I don't recommend it, but I don't not recommend it either. George says, steak at yogurt prices, your source for 70s high numbers. There you go, 99centcards.com. My ideal number would be 100 to 200,000 cards. No bulk, just cards I have selected personally for one reason or another. That's a huge number for personally selecting. That's a huge number. James yelling at eBay or crying at eBay. Johnny M bought a box of 24 score football yesterday to rip during the Jets game. Fun rip. I did pretty good. Will make a small profit. I would rip another one. Very nice. James says, I bought 100 Shoheis when he got hurt. Easy 50% gains. Oh my God. Probably more so than that. Probably 500% gains well, it depends on which hurt, which injury. If it was that first injury, like after his rookie year or during his rookie year, like his rookie cards were in dollar boxes and people were passing like, this guy's a bum. I remember I was listing all my Ohtani rookies for like $2.50 on eBay, $2.50, including like Topps Chrome. Ugh. And because I bought so much in 2018. I bought so much product in 2018. George says, I couldn't even personally select $100,000 bills if given the chance. Look, there's a squirrel. James says he has a lot of doubles. Yeah, and that's something that I do want to take on eventually, is getting my Cubs. I talk about this, and I just need to talk it into existence. Like, okay, I just need to focus. And I think that's something where I've talked before about, I'm just going to set aside 1 hour a day and go through. And I've done that. And I have done, I just don't do it consistently. And maybe I'll do it tonight. I'll go out on the screen porch I'll take a big box of cards, go through them, and okay, these are duplicates, and set aside a box of Cubs, and then just build a box. It's build a box, build my own box that I can do with at a later time. Okay, these are Cubs duplicates to resell, whether it goes to eBay, whether it goes to dollar boxes at a card show, quarter boxes at a card show. And my ideal plan is to do like a couple full tables at a show of nothing but Cubs, and still have like some of my other stuff, because obviously I'm, especially if I do it in Madison, although there are a lot of Cubs fans in Madison, it would turn a lot of people off having that many. Like, I don't want Cubs, but just to tailor it to some of my collecting friends that always ask, when are you selling some of your Cubs cards? So that's, something that I'll tackle here, that I should be tackling, but I just haven't taken on that task yet. Speaking of card shows, the next Madison card show is coming up a little over a week away, a little less than 2 weeks away, Saturday, September 28th, Sheraton Hotel, John Nolan Drive. Tables are long sold out, an extremely long waiting list. We're down to 140 tables. The third ballroom is not available. And the Pokemon room is a loser, is a money. I shouldn't say Pokemon room is a loser. Shouldn't say that. The room is a financial loser. I lose money on the room. So doing away with the TCG room. So it's the Capitol Ballroom upstairs, the mezzanine outside the ballroom, and then the Williamson Ballroom, 140 tables. September 28th, Madison Card Show. I will not be set up. But I do plan on setting up at the October 19th show. That's the plan, at least right now. That can change, but I do plan on setting up in October at the Madison Card Show. Saturday, September 28th, I've got a ski daddle right after the show and head to Club 400. It's Sammy Sosa coming to Club 400. Tickets are on sale. A little pricey, $350, though they were dropped. Prices were dropped $50. Check it out. Google Club 400 Cubs on Google and get the link for Sammy Sosa. With that $350, it's all you can eat, all you can drink, plus an autograph of your own item, bring in, of Sammy Sosa with a photo with Sammy. Who else is going to be there? Turk Wendell is going to be there. Ed Lynch is going to be in the house. So those guys will be there. And there might even be a current Cubs player showing up after that day game at Club 400. So Sammy Sosa event at Club 400. Tickets on sale. Get them while you can. So there you go. Victor says he's going to be in line for the Cub card sale. All right. I will let you know. Let's see. It definitely won't be October. Maybe November. At whatever shows I do in November. The November Madison show will be the Saturday of Thanksgiving weekend. So I don't know. Again, I don't know if I'll do this Cub sale in Madison. I'll probably start it off at a Rockford show, or, well, actually maybe December in St. Charles at the Kane County Fairgrounds. That actually might be, that's good timing. That gives me enough time. It's in December, good time. Plus, most of the Cubs collector friends that I have, like Victor, are a lot closer to St. Charles than they are to Madison or Janesville, which is where I usually set up at card shows. But the next Kane County Fairground show is in December. So I may do that Cubs sale in December down at St. Charles at the Kane County Fairgrounds. Unicorn Cupcake says, while I don't consider them bulk, complete baseball sets make the numbers go up faster. Okay, there you go. So my goal would be about 20 to 30 specific sets. Okay, that's I guess that's much easier, because I'm thinking like one by one. Like, okay, I like this Tom Brady card. I like this Chris Sale card. I like this Pat Tillman card. I like this Sammy Sosa card. It's like, ooh, that would be hard to come up with a couple 100,000 singles. But sets make that number go up quick, yes. Alrighty, hit up that eBay store, 99centcards.com. Buy it now. Bunch of vintage added, some 68 tops 4-in-1s, a whole bunch of Chris Sale rookie cards, 64 tops baseball, 65 tops baseball, new to the eBay store. Buy 7 or more items. That includes lots. That includes sets. Buy it now only on that at regular price, 25% when you buy 7 or more. I've got auctions ending tomorrow night, Tuesday night auctions, football this week. And we will stream that live tomorrow night starting at 7 p.m. Central. Tomorrow night, Tuesday night auctions, streaming live starting at 7. Get those bids in at 99centcards.com. And while you're there, make sure to check out the auctions that started last night. I've got football auctions that rolled out last night that will be 7-day auctions ending this coming Sunday night. I've got a Dan Marino rookie card. Who else? A bunch of more Tom Brady cards, more patches and autos. There's a Bobby Witt Jr. lot of 35 cards. There's a Kumar Rocker 40 card lot up for auction. So check those out. 99centcards.com, my eBay store. Hit the like button if you haven't already. Subscribe to this YouTube channel. We will do this again tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Central. Have a wonderful Monday.